Hey guys, this is Miss Isabel coming to you from my living room for today's video. So first of all, I want to say thank you so much for those of you who are watching this video are most likely the ones who have already started working today on Monday. I am posting this video Monday, March 23rd, and it's currently almost 3 p.m. is when I'm making this video. So thank you to those of you who have already started the work. I think I saw there was 14 or 15 people who have already read the Mayan text. Like 4 or 5 who already answered their questions on Mayan, and 3 of you who already messaged me on Edsby with your writing. So nice job. I'm very proud of you. Thank you so much for working hard. I know Edsby is a little off right now. There's so many people trying to log on all at the same time that the page just didn't work. I couldn't even get on Edsby this morning, so I apologize for that. Bear with me a little bit because Miss Wass and I spoke today when we were at school, and we are trying to decide if we want to use a different website instead of Edsby. So just kind of stick with us. This week is kind of a practice week, so we will keep you up to date in case we choose to change that up. So for today, I am going to read the Mayan book to you on this video. I've decided, you know what? Maybe it'd be nice to hear my voice read it instead of the person on the Mayan page reading it. I will be doing what we normally do in class. I will pause, go over some things, give you some info. I will read page by page. So if you decide to come back to this video tomorrow, instead of going on Mayan, you already can just look at the bottom and move to the page number and hear me read that page. Also, I'm going to be doing a new way of doing questions and your work. Instead of doing it on Mayan and messaging me on Edsby, I'm going to be doing it on a survey website. That link's going to be located right underneath the title of this video. So whatever I decide to title this video, I haven't decided yet, right underneath it will be a link that you can click, and that's on a computer, an iPad, iPhone, an Android phone. You can click that link and you can answer your questions right there. Everything is going to be done on that one page. Your questions for today and your writing can all be done there, and it will just send me a message when you have completed it. So I'm going to try this out, see if this works a little bit easier. There is a question on that survey that says if you liked the way I did it today instead of yesterday, so make sure you answer that. And I will show you what that survey looks like at the end of me reading. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and hopefully it will open up to the Mayan page. So this text is called From Seed to Pine Tree. Most of you have already started reading it, but you get to enjoy me reading it to you. So From Seed to Pine Tree, following the life cycle of the tree. All right, pages 4 and 5. The heading on page 4 says Beautiful Pines. Pine trees are known for their long, thin leaves called needles. Pine trees are evergreens, so their needles stay green year-round. These beautiful trees are found in forests, parks, and maybe even your yard. More than 150 different kinds of trees belong to the pine family. They all have the same basic lifestyle. Let's look at the life cycle of the short-leaf pine tree. Now on page 5, we actually have 2 text features. You have a map and you have a caption. So this is a map of the United States. Obviously, here's us down here in Florida. All of the states that are green all have short-leaf pine trees. And the caption says, in the United States, the short-leaf pine tree is found in 22 states. It grows as far south and west as Texas, throughout the eastern part of the country, and as far north as New York. Page 6 and 7, and the heading on page 6 is a small seed. A towering pine tree begins life as a tiny brown seed. The winged seed is protected inside a closed pine cone. In fall, the pine cone opens. The wind carries the winged seed to the ground. This small seed starts to germinate or sprout. When temperatures rise in spring, a seed also needs water and air to begin growing. On page 7, there's a caption down here at the bottom, and it says, a seed has nutrients or food inside itself to help it grow. It uses this food until the plant is big enough to make its own. So just reminding you that if there's a word that you're not quite sure of, and there's a comma after that word, it's probably going to be giving you the definition. So in this case, it says nutrients, and you might have said, I don't know what a nutrient is. But then if you look at the comma, it says or food. So nutrients are also food. So if you get stuck and you see a comma after a word, they're going to give you that definition. So don't forget about that. Page 8 and 9, the heading is a seedling sprouts. When a seed begins to sprout, the tougher outer coat of a seed opens. Soon, tiny roots grow downward into the ground. They take in water and hold the seed in place. Soon, a green shoot sprouts upward towards the bright sunlight. Next, green needles grow from the shoot. The seed has become a young tree called a seedling. So if you notice on page 8, they're telling you the 4 different steps. So it says number 1, a seed opens, 2, the roots grow, 3, shoots sprouts, and 4, needles grow. On page 9, there is a caption with that picture on that page. It says, most shortleaf pine seedlings die before they are a year old. Sometimes this happens because seedlings do not get enough water. Other seedlings are eaten by hungry insects. Often, too many seeds fall in a small area. There may not be enough nutrients for all of them to survive. I guess Phoebe's joining us in this book reading today. Page 10 and 11 is called Growing Tall. A seedling needs air, sunlight, and water to grow. It uses these things to make food in its needles. This process is called photosynthesis. A shortleaf pine seedling becomes a sapling when it is 3 years old. A sapling has a strong, woody trunk and looks like its parent tree. Make sure you take the time to look at your pictures on page 10 and 11 as well. On page 10, the caption says, during photosynthesis, pine trees make a gas called oxygen in their long needles. People and animals need oxygen to live. So we need those trees so we can breathe easily and keep our lungs so they can keep doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, page 12 and 13, this page is called a mighty pine. A sapling grows taller each year until it becomes a mighty pine tree. When a shortleaf pine tree is 20 years old, it will be about 60 feet or 18 meters tall. Most full-grown shortleaf pine trees reach a height of 100 feet or 31 meters. That's about as tall as a 10-story building. So look at that right here, 10-story tall building. Those trees can be as tall as those buildings. On page 12, there is a caption. In fall, some of the shortleaf pine trees' needles turn brown and fall off. Other needles stay green all winter. That's why it's called an evergreen tree. In spring, a pine tree grows new needles on the tips of its branches. Page 14 and 15 is titled Flowers Called Pine Cones. When a shortleaf pine tree is 20 years old, it grows special flowers in the spring. The flowers are called pine cones. Some pine cones are male and others are female. New male pine cones are smaller than female pine cones. The long, thin male pine cones are yellow or green. New female pine cones are green. The thick scales at the female pine cone later turn brown and hard. The male pine cones also turn brown as time goes on. So look at the difference between those different pine trees. Look at that new male pine cone and a mature male pine cone. We did talk about the word mature, so we should know the definition of that word. And then a new female pine cone and a mature female pine cone. On page 15, there is a caption. It says, male shortleaf pine cones are about 0.5 to 2 inches, 1.3 to 5 centimeters long. Female shortleaf pine cones are about 1 to 3.8 inches, or 2.5 to 9.7 centimeters long. Page 16 and 17 is titled Making New Seeds. Male pine cones make a yellow dust called pollen. The wind blows some of this pollen into the open scales of the female pine cones. Soon, the male scales close, trapping the pollen inside. When the pollen fertilizes the egg inside a male pine cone, new pine tree seeds start to form. On page 17 is another caption. Female pine cones can be fertilized by male pine cones on the same tree. So a lot of people are allergic to pollen. It's that yellowy stuff that kind of gets in the air sometimes. So now you know where that pollen is coming from. Page 18 and 19, flying free. When the new seeds are fully grown, the scales on a female pine cone open. In late October, these winged seeds begin falling to the ground. The long wing helps the seed float away from the shade of its parent tree. This seed needs plenty of sunlight to grow. The caption on page 18, some female pine cones, such as those found on the jack pine and long lodgepole pine trees, need heat to open. Forest fires create enough heat to open these pine cones and allow their seeds to fall out. Final 2 pages, page 20 and 21. Page 20 has a quick caption at the bottom. Most adult short-leaf pine trees are cut down for lumber when they are about 35 years old. It's hard to find a short-leaf pine tree that is more than 100 years old. However, a 314-year-old short-leaf pine tree was discovered in Arkansas not long ago. Page 21 is titled, The Cycle Begins Again. After a long winter, pine trees' seeds sprout in spring. In time, they grow into tall adult trees. These mighty pines provide homes for animals. Their long green branches give shade to hikers and campers on sunny days. During its life cycle, the shortleaf pine tree makes our world a more beautiful place to live. So, hope you enjoyed me reading that text to you. Hopefully you enjoyed Phoebe back here that was walking back and forth and couldn't get herself settled. So again, I said underneath the title is the link for you to click. I will be putting times on here as well in case tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, you come back to read it. I will put page by page so you know what time you can go to it. So like, let's say you want to only read page 20 and 21, you can move the cursor at the bottom here until you hit 20 minutes or whatever it is and listen to those last 2 pages. I did want to show you what the survey looks like for you to complete. So when you click that link down below, hold on, there we go. It's gonna look like this. So it says reading and writing work for Tuesday, March 24th, 2020. So you have 7 things to complete on this page. What does the word germinate mean? What text structure describes page 8, where it's called a seedling sprouts? Why did you pick that answer for number 2? What does the caption on page 10 help you do? In the following text box, you'll be writing your beginning paragraph. If you already messaged me your beginning paragraph on Edsby, just go ahead and you can retype it right here in this box. So you're good to go. Number 6 tells me, did you like this new way of doing it? Yes, no, either one. And then the last one is the most important one. Please write your name down so I know who's completing it. So there it is for today. I will not keep uploading every time the new link for the survey. I will just upload on, if we continue doing Edsby or if we continue to do a new website, those links will be posted every day for you. But please let me know if you are struggling. My goal is, all of you who are working right now, my goal is to give you all a call tomorrow or Wednesday so we can kind of check up, say hey, check in with each other, and then we can kind of go through how the rest is going. Remember, I'm not taking official grades for anything until next Monday, which is the 30th. So, hope you enjoyed this. I kind of enjoyed getting to read to you guys. It makes me feel like I'm there with you. Let me know if you need me. Call, text, message me, whatever you need to do. And I am here to help you as much as I can. So thank you for bearing with me. Thank you so much for working hard today. And just know I really appreciate you guys and I miss you guys very, very much. So if you need me, let me know. And until later, see you guys. Bye.